How? Why? Why would you do that? Like, what was you thinking? Blowing a whistle 5 minutes before time. Not just once, but twice. Where did you have to go? What did you need to do that was so urgent for you to blow the whistle so early? Oh man, this referee, yo, he's gonna be in big trouble. Yo, 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 welcome to a Dash of Sports, the AFCON show, African Nations Cup. I'll be your host and presenter, Dashiki Dash. And we're back, man. I'm back to give you a recap, a roundup of all the games, the tournament itself, all the hot topics and trending stories. And listen, you see this? It needs to be taken away from that referee. Oh my goodness. What a mistake. What an error. What a howler. And I'm definitely gonna get into that because that was just the joke of the week so far. And I really didn't want to get into the referee like this because I'm trying to be protective of this tournament. I don't want no badness, no wrongdoings or any kind of joke situations. But man, this ref, yeah, man, I don't think he's going to ref again in this tournament. And then I'm also going to get into the Ghana situation. Ghana drew 1-1 in their game against Gabon. And then at the end of the game, there was a bit of what I can say, a little bit of a punch up, maybe due to frustration because Ghana were winning 1-0 and conceded late on in that match. And then they ended up having a little punch up at the end. So I'm going to get into that. Also, going to get into the top goal scorer of the tournament so far. And I'm also going to be going into the best goals. I'm actually going to pick 3 goals that so far I will consider the best. But also, I would want you look guys to chime in as well. And then also, I'll be going into the previews and predictions for the rest of the matches that's going to be coming up this week. So there's going to be a lot of things I'm going to be going into today. But listen, the tournament's been good. So far, so good. And there's a lot of people that have been complaining the games are not being good enough. But like with any tournament in it, whether it be the Euros, whether it be the World Cup, Copa America, the group stages, starts off a little bit slow. But I reckon when the lesser teams start dropping out, all the quality players, quality teams remain, then you're going to be seeing better games. But before I jump into that, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Smash that like button, comment, and help me to get these subs up. I truly appreciate your love and support with that. And remember to press the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my shows. So let's just jump straight into it, man. The referee, Tunisia versus Mali. The game ended 1-0 to Mali, but it did not go without any type of controversy because that game in itself was mad. The referee blew his whistle in the 85th minute. Then he blew his whistle again in the 89th minute. Now you can imagine the Tunisian team, they were in absolute rage. Because when he first blew, it's like, what's going on? I just thought that someone was getting or someone was injured on the floor or something. But no, the referee's actually blown. Now, there was a lot of stuff in that match. There was penalties, there was a lot of stoppages, injuries, there was a sending off. So initially I thought, in terms of the mistake in it, I thought, okay, the ref has probably not stopped the time. He's made a mistake. So try and give him the benefit of that because the way he was looking when everybody, all the officials, all the Tunisian team were coming onto the pitch because they were mad to the Tunisian team. They were mad. When everybody was coming on the pitch, you could see on his face like, oh man, I effed up. So he blows his whistle. The other officials come, they tell him, look, you still got 5 minutes on the clock plus added time. So, chill out. Anyway, after the melee, the game continues. So the game continues, but then he blows in the 89th minute again. So not only once, but twice. Now, I gave him the benefit of that in it the first time round. Like I said, could have been a mistake. He didn't stop his time. Who knows? But the second time, what what are you gonna say? What can you say? Well, there was actually a statement made by the referees or the referee commission stating that now listen to this, yeah. Stating that it was because of the heat. So he had a heat stroke and he was a bit discombobulated, he was a bit out of it. So that's why he ended up blowing the whistle twice. Now, this was a madness because the game ended in the 89th minute and there was some added on time. So both teams have obviously, well, the Mali team, they're celebrating because they've won in it. So they're happy days for them. So they've gone into the changing rooms. Everybody's gone into the change rooms. And then more officials come out, obviously discussing the situation. The referees absolutely made a mess of it. But they've then decided that they're going to continue the last couple minutes. Now, it's very hard to continue a match. When you've built yourself up, you put yourself in a position where in terms of being competitive, you built yourself up, and you can't then be called out again to play. So it took a while, but the Mali team came out and they were like, okay, we'll continue the last couple of minutes because they know what they got to do. They just hold on to the ball for a couple of minutes or so, and if they've won the game. But the Tunisia team, they decided not to come out. And rightfully so, to be fair. But at the end of the day, the situation is Tunisia actually lost that game. It went down as an official loss, 1-0 to Mali. And the Federation, CAF, they decided upon giving Mali the win. There's nothing that they can do about it, and they're being really strict in regards to the games. As I mentioned in my previous show, I said that I read that they were talking about if there's any illnesses or anyone stricken due to what's going on at the moment, you can't replay the games even if your goal, they gave an example. It was like, even if your goalkeepers are out and you ain't got no goalie, you're gonna have to put an outfield player in your goal because if you do not play that game, your game will be forfeited and you would forfeit the game 2-0. And that's the way they're going. But I get it because you ain't gonna be able to replay these games. The schedule is already jam-packed. Uh, Premier League teams and other teams across Europe and the world, they want their players back, so they can't extend the tournament. So that's why the Tunisians' complaints basically went on deaf ears. They've refused their complaint, and yeah, they've lost the game. So unfortunately for Tunisia, they've lost the game under some crazy and weird circumstances. Um, I don't know. What do you lot feel about it? Because the situation is mad. It's not every day you get a referee. I think this is the first time I've seen a referee blow the whistle early for a match. And I don't know whether he wanted to go home early. He had a link. He had food on the stove. I don't know what the situation was, but to say that you blew the whistle because you had heat stroke and you wasn't thinking straight is a poor excuse. I'm not too sure yet in terms of the punishment the referee's going under. I even found out his name as well, not to sound like I'm snitching or anything like that, but but he's a Zimbabwean referee. His name is Gianni Sikazwe. Sikazwe. If I've butchered his name, I do apologize. But it's not even like he's an inexperienced ref. I believe he refereed in the 2017 or 2019 World Cup. And then also he refereed in the last AFCON final. So he refereed in the World Cup and he refereed in the AFCON final. So he's not an inexperienced referee. It's not like he just doesn't know what's going on. But unfortunately, I don't know if there was a viable reason and why he blew early like that, then I'll probably feel a lot more sorry for him. But because he came out with this heat stroke business, nah, I can't, man. But yeah, but that was just a joke of the week so far. There's been many other situations. Even I believe one of the teams, they had their national anthem wrong about 3 times. So they were just standing in line and they played the national anthem wrong 3 times. So there's been a few hiccups, but to say that and watching the actual tournament, I would say it's been a good watch so far. So if you're reading them kind of headlines, them kind of stories and stuff like that, don't take it for like the tournament hasn't been good. There's been some good football. There's been some great goals that I'm going to be getting into and stuff like that. And so far, so good. And like I said, once the lesser teams start dropping out and the better teams remain, you're going to get a lot more quality of football goals. And yeah, it seems like so far so good with the tournament. So the next game that I watched today or yesterday, should I say, um, was Ghana versus Gabon. Now Ghana at the moment it didn't start off so well with Morocco. They lost 1-0, so they were really under pressure to win. And Jordan Ayew, was it? Oh no, Andre Ayew scored 1-0, cracking goal. Not maybe not good enough to beat in my top three. So you got to wait out for my top three. But yeah, a really great goal. And apparently he wasn't supposed to be in the squad, or many Ghanaian fans were not feeling he's being not feeling him being picked for the Ghana squad. So he was just celebrating mad. Ghana was celebrating mad. They were on the verge of gaining their first 3 points of the tournament, and then they conceded quite late on. Now, with all that frustration of conceding late on at the end of the game at full time, I'm not sure if Andre Yu was having a kind of back to kind of issue that he was having with the manager, with the Gabon manager, the Gabonese manager. And when the referee blew the whistle, all of a sudden, Andre Yu started like shouting at the opposite manager, walking towards him. He was being held back. And then all of a sudden, both teams just squared off, dead center of the pitch, and just started pushing, shoving. And then all of a sudden, I just see the number 25, I think his name's Tete of Ghana, just punched the Gabonese player. Just literally just punched him. And he was down on the floor. I wouldn't say that the punch looked like it was a real knockout punch. It weren't no, it weren't no like Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua kind of punch. Deontay Wilder kind of punch. But he was down, he was milking it, he was on the floor. But in the midst of that, obviously, both teams were going back and forth, arguing. Most of it was pretty much handbags, but at the end of the day, they were scrapping. Referee couldn't even get hold of the situation. He was just waiting it out. And then eventually, in his ear, he was told that, a punch was thrown, number 25. And the way he was looking for him, hunting him down, he brought out his red card. But the Tete Ghanaian player, he walks down the tunnel or, goes back to the change rooms. He ain't coming back because he's like, he knows he's going to get a red card. So he's trying to escape the punishment. But the referee is hell bent. He knows who he is. He's been identified. He's looking for him. At this particular time, Partey was captain as well. So Partey's been called over, and then he's been asked, like, where's your number 25? Where's your number 25? And Partey's just acting like he doesn't know what's going on. And it's funny enough, the situation, he didn't want to snitch. He's just like, huh? He's acting like he didn't know what was going on. But then eventually the referee just gave up, surrounded by security as well, because, listen, these referees are not playing no games. Even the referee that blew early, he had a bunch of security around him as well. So But yeah, the referee for the Ghana game ends up just shows the red card up in the air and states that it's for number 25, the Ghanaian player. So he'll be missing out probably for the next game or two, which is a shame because Ghana, I believe, if they just win their last game and Gabon loses to Morocco, um, and Ghana will play Comoros. So if Ghana wins, they're through. If Ghana loses, if Gabon loses, so it's still much to play for. But you can see how frustrated they were for losing the game. There's a lot of pressure on them, man, because Ghana are pretty much a household name in AFCON. But as of late, they haven't been great. They haven't been, the Ghana team of yesteryears. Definitely not the Ghana team of the World Cup in South Africa. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they fare. I pretty much believe that they're going to win their last game, but it's whether or not Gabon is going to be able to win their game. So let's just see what happens with that match in itself. But there are, I don't know, Ghana. Would you say they're favorites? Let me know, man. Let me know what you think about Ghana's, prospects of the tournament. How do you think they will fare in the tournament? Do you think they could be able to go all the way, or do you think that there's better teams out there? I believe Morocco will do well as well, going as far as they can. Um, who else would I say? Yeah, pretty much that in that group in itself. I can't see Gabon um, like getting through in a group because they're going to face Morocco, and Morocco are a dangerous team. So it's going to be very interesting to see. But let me know, man. Put your comments down below. Who do you reckon is going to come out of that group in itself? Um, the other game as well that was played the other day on Thursday, Cameroon, a high scoring game. They ended up winning 4-1. And the man, Abubakar, like I mentioned in my other show, I did not expect the likes of Abubakar to be up there with being the top goal scorer. At the moment, he has 4 goals to his name, and he's on fire right now. Cameroon, first team that's got promote. Sorry, the first team that made it out of the group, so they're through to the last 16, and also they are the first team to be scoring a high scoring game, scoring 4 goals. Although they conceded early against Ethiopia, they conceded earlier 1-0 down, and then they just came back and just absolutely battered Ethiopia. But like I said, man, the host team needs to stay in this tournament. If the host team don't stay in this tournament, the vibe, you already know the situation, man. The vibe of the tournament will just go down the pan. And you just need their vibrancy, you need their vibe in the tournament. So hopefully Cameroon can go as far as they can, and we'll see what happens. I would say that they're pretty much the favorite, being at home. And like I said, they've not lost at home for many years, like literally for a very, very long time. They've not lost at home. So it'll be very interesting. But my main favorite for the tournament is Senegal. Although they started off quite slow, it will be very interesting to see, like, literally when we get to the last 16 or so. But speaking of goals, obviously, Abubakar is the top goal scorer, but I want to mention some goals. In fact, who do you think is going to end up being top goal scorer of the tournament? Who's going to be the golden boot? Put your comments down below and let me know who's going to be the golden boot for AFCON. But in terms of the goals itself, there's been some really good goals, man. Like I mentioned, Andre Ayew scoring his goal, a nice strike, bottom corner. Um, but there's been some really good goals, and I've put it down to my top 3. Now, my top 3 is first one is the Gabon player Buenpenza, I think. I might have got his name wrong, but yeah, Gabonese player, and he took it on the left hand side, top, pretty much just roofed it in. So that was a really good strike from him. And then also who else? Who else was a good goal? You had Kelechi Iheanacho, Nigerians. Kelechi, he had a really good goal as well. That was a nice touch, top bins. And then Max Gradle's goal, literally, ball was played into the 18-yard box. Defenders touched it out. It's fell to Max Gradle, and he's just outside of the boot, and it's gone top bin. So those are my three best goals so far the tournament. If you've seen a better goal, let me know. Put your comments down below. But so far, I reckon those three goals right there. If I was to add a fourth, I would definitely put Andre Ayew's goal because I just like the way how clean the strike was. But the three goals that I've mentioned, those are my favorite and those are my top three. But if you have any better goals than that, or you feel that there's better goals than that, let me know, man. Put your comments down below and let me know. Going into the games itself, there's been some really good games, man. I don't know if I can identify which game is been my favorite so far, but if I just go through and just check out who is next in the running, if we get the fixtures. All right, so we've got the fixtures for coming up. Okay, so Group D, for today's games, we've got Nigeria versus Sudan. That's also followed by Guinea-Bissau versus Egypt. So Nigeria is going to be trying to get another 3 points on the board. And Egypt not really started well. Obviously, they lost to Nigeria. A lot of hype and a lot of expectation for Mo Salah. He's been quite quiet, pretty quiet so far, but it's only been his first game. So coming onto his second game now, and he's got to step up, man, because these tournament footballs, if you don't get those points on the board, you end up seeing yourself home, which a lot of Liverpool fans really don't want Egypt to progress because they want Mo Salah back. Even when it comes to Senegal as well, I'm hearing a load of Liverpool fans don't want both teams to progress because they want their players back. And seeing that, they were really missed in the game against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup. It's going to be very interesting to see how they fare. But I think Senegal are doing quite well at the moment in terms of what they're doing. So I can't really see them dropping out so far. If we go into the table, let's just check out what's going on here. Yeah, Senegal, they're doing all right at the moment. So the likes of Mane, they're still in the tournament. Mo Salah's obviously got to pull up his socks and try and get some goals in. And we'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens. In terms of my prediction, I'm still sticking with Senegal. I still got high hopes for them. But at the moment, I would say if I was to abandon my prediction, I would go with Cameroon because that Abubakar guy, he's looking hungry. He's looking hungry for the goals. So it's gonna be very interesting to see. Like I said, once we get to the latter stages, last 16, get into the quarterfinals, semifinals, and then finals, it's gonna be very interesting to see who will remain. But let me know, man. Let me know your thoughts about the whole tournament itself. For me, I've really been enjoying the game so far. Not all the games have been setting the tournament on fire and anything like that. But I'm talking about in terms of the results have been very interesting. Cameroon's first team to have a high scoring game. Apart from that, a load of the games have been kind of 1-0s, 1-1s, 0-0s. So been very tight games. But I'll put that down to a load of players coming together, playing from all different leagues and different levels of football. You're mixing European football and African, and you get some players that play in South America. So they've all got to come and blend in a short space of time and to play tournament football in the heat as well. I will give the referee a bit of a leeway. Nah, actually, nah, man. I'm not giving it nothing. Listen, man, if you're feeling dehydrated or anything like that, man, go and drink some water. But apart from that, man, the players, You know, they're the ones that seem like they're suffering. So, you know, I feel sorry for the players. But let's see what happens in the next couple of games or so. I'll be back here to give you another roundup and recap of the tournament, and also give you some top, you know, trending stories and hot topics right here on A Dash of Sports, the AFCON show. But if you need more information about future episodes, don't forget to check me out. I'm on Instagram and I'm also on Twitter, which is A Dash of Sports. I'll leave the link in the description area so that you'll be able to check me out directly. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Smash that like button, comment, and don't forget to press the subscribe button. And then also don't forget to press the notification bell so that you don't miss out on all my shows. Until the next time here on the Dash of Sports AFCON show, peace.